hidden corners of the internet. There's a side of the internet that most people will never visit. A digital underworld buried deep beneath the sites we use every day, beneath Google, YouTube, and every social media platform, It's called the dark web. To reach it, you need special browsers, encrypted networks, and absolute anonymity. It's a place without rules, without laws, and without mercy. Inside this hidden space, drugs are traded, hackers sell stolen identities, and assassins claim to offer their services for the right price. But there's one corner of the dark web that even the boldest refuse to explore. A place whispered about in online forums, where the unimaginable supposedly happens in real time. They call it the Red Room. According to the legend, Red Rooms are secret live-streamed videos where viewers can pay to witness, or even control acts of torture and murder. The more you pay, the more you decide what happens next. The victim is real. The pain is real. And the audience? Anonymous. For years, these stories have haunted the internet, spreading across Reddit threads, horror forums, and hacker communities. Some say they're urban legends meant to scare people away from the dark web. Others swear they've seen something they can never forget. So tonight, we dive deeper, past the safety of your browser, past the comfortable illusion of the normal internet, and explore the most disturbing question of all. Are the dark web Red Rooms real? Or is the truth even more terrifying than the myth itself? The birth of the Red Room legend. The earliest whispers of the Red Room started surfacing in the early 2000s, when anonymous users on hidden forums claimed to have stumbled upon pay-to-view streams involving real people being tortured live. The idea quickly spread like wildfire, a place where the worst of humanity could hide behind a screen, controlling the fate of victims like a twisted video game. Forums claimed that entrance to these sites required secret links, a password, and thousands of dollars in Bitcoin. Some said you needed an invitation. Others claimed that once you entered, you could never leave. Stories began to surface. A hacker who found a stream showing a hooded man with a captive. A woman who received an email containing a Red Room link that disappeared after 24 hours. A viewer who claimed to have heard screams that didn't sound acted. But none of these claims were ever verified. Every link was dead by the time authorities checked. Every witness either vanished or refused to talk again. Yet the legend grew. YouTubers began creating deep dive videos, journalists attempted to trace the origins, and horror storytellers transformed it into a modern myth. A nightmare that blurred the line between fiction and truth. Because what made the Red Room so horrifying wasn't proof of its existence. It was the possibility that it could exist. On the dark web, where encryption hides every trace and payments leave no name, who could ever say it's impossible? And maybe, just maybe, that's why the Red Room story refuses to die. Investigations and disturbing discoveries. Over the years, cybercrime units, journalists, and even curious hackers have tried to uncover the truth about the Red Rooms. Most found nothing. But some found things that were close, horrifyingly close. In 2015, a hacker known only as Rory claimed he discovered a site that offered interactive live streams. It wasn't labeled as a Red Room, but the title was chilling. Real pain, real time. He paid to enter, but the feed never loaded. Hours later, the site vanished. Around the same time, police in Germany took down a hidden community called Black Host, where users exchanged footage of assaults, kidnappings, and live violence. While it wasn't a true Red Room, the line was frighteningly thin. Law enforcement agencies like the FBI and Interpol have officially stated that no verified Red Room has ever been found. But they also admit that the dark web is largely unmapped. Only a small fraction of it has been explored. In 2018, cybersecurity experts found forums discussing how to simulate Red Rooms using pre-recorded footage and live chat scripts, scamming viewers into believing they were controlling real violence. But behind the scams, there's a darker layer. There are still encrypted communities that disappear overnight, private invitations circulating on secret messaging apps, and whispers of live streams that happen only once, before every trace is deleted forever. Whether real or fake, these attempts prove something chilling. People want Red Rooms to exist. And that desire alone reveals the terrifying truth about what humans are capable of. The psychology behind the fear. Why does the idea of a red room disturb us so deeply? Psychologists say it's not just fear, it's fascination. Humanity has always been drawn to darkness, to the things we're told not to see. The Red Room legend thrives because it taps into two primal emotions: curiosity and control. The thought that somewhere, someone could watch another person's suffering, even control it, is both sickening and hypnotic. It exposes the darkest parts of human nature: the hunger for power, the thrill of secrecy, the forbidden desire to look behind the curtain. Horror feeds on imagination. The more we don't know, the more our mind fills the blanks. The Red Room plays that game perfectly. It hides behind mystery, technology, and the idea that maybe it's too real to be found. Even those who know it's likely a myth can't help but wonder, what if one truly existed? That what if is what keeps the legend alive. In the end, Red Rooms are less about the dark web and more about us. They reveal how fragile the line between fascination and fear truly is. We love to watch horror movies, true crime, or disturbing stories because they let us peek into evil, safely from the outside. But the Red Room removes that safety. It asks a question most people don't want to answer. If you could watch real horror unfold, would you? The terrifying truth. So, after all the myths, the investigations, and the rumors, what's the truth? Most experts agree that no verified Red Room has ever been. The aftermath and the echoes in the dark. The deeper we go into the dark web, the more we realize it's not just about what's real, it's about what's possible. The Red Room may never have been proven, but the fear it created has become real enough to shape how we see the internet itself. Thousands of people still search for links every year, desperate to confirm what they already believe. Online communities form around hunting for proof, dissecting screenshots, and analyzing grainy clips. Every shadow becomes a clue, every scream a possibility. But there's a danger in that obsession. The more we look into the abyss, the more the abyss looks back. People have lost themselves chasing the legend, vanishing into encrypted chat rooms, following fake invitations, or falling victim to scams run by those who feed on curiosity. Some claim they've seen something they can't explain: a flickering video, a voice calling their name, a stream that suddenly shuts off when they type in the chat. Are they lying, hallucinating, or did they step a little too far? What makes the Red Room legend immortal is not proof, but the fear that somewhere, in some corner of the world, someone is actually watching right now. And maybe that's the real curse. Because even if Red Rooms don't exist, the hunger that created them does. The internet gave us infinite access, but it also opened a door that should have stayed locked. And once you've heard the whispers, once you've seen the static, you can't help but wonder, what if it's true? Somewhere out there, a camera turns on, a screen flickers, and someone unseen starts to watch. The Red Room never ended. It just moved deeper into the dark.